In order to begin understanding the difference between qualitative and quantitative research, we must first understand the example we are going to use. This example involves the placebo effect. What is the placebo effect and how does it affect anything?
I'm glad you asked, Victoria. A placebo is essentially a fake in which experimentation is used to determine whether a real drug or procedure will work. For further results on the tested medication, we then conduct another experiment where half the participants receive the finalized drug and the other half a placebo. If the participants with the finalized drug do not progress compared to the placebo, we then know the medication is not accurately effective.
All right, Grace, I think I understand. You are saying that the placebo would be the constant and the drug would be the variable?
Correct. To know if the variable is working, we must look at the differences between our constant.
Okay, how do you suppose this relates to research?
Well, it relates to research because it uses both qualitative and quantitative research to determine whether or not a medication or procedure is helpful. A placebo experiment requires us to look at both of these research processes.
Wait, we can't continue.
Why not, Victoria?
Because no one knows the different types of research or why they are useful in different situations.
That's a good point. Well, firstly, qualitative research is used in situations where one must know how people react, their opinions, and the differences that are felt by them. This experiment allows us to determine if recommending to see a psychologist will really help an individual. Qualitative research indicates the feelings and behaviors the patients possess before and after their sessions, which is then compared to others who are not taking these procedures.
Oh, okay, Grace. I believe I understand. Qualitative research provides us with an impression, what it is like to be, do, or think something. It really answers questions from the perspective of those being researched. What it truly identifies is, what is happening here?
Yes, that's absolutely correct. But now we need to go over quantitative research. Quantitative research involves concrete data and numbers. This type of research is used to create statistics. It involves taking information from participants and converting their answers into numbers. A good example would be if we wanted to know the overall approval of our Prime Minister, we would conduct a survey. Once the surveys are tallied, each answer is associated with a number, and then a computer compiles this information. Once assembled, the computer would demonstrate the results by using statistics. For example, is the Prime Minister that we have elected good for our economy? Out of 100 participants, 31% said yes, 45% said no, and 24% said there was no change to our economy.
Oh, now I think I understand what you're saying. Quantitative research answers questions about the numbers or portions. For example, simply asking who wants pizza and counting the results is a form of basic quantitative research. It's a type of research we can express with graphs, tables, and raw data.
Yes, that's exactly it.
All right, now we can move on to explaining what placebo research does.
Right. Placebo research, in essence, is used to determine both the felt result and the participants' opinions while considering the number of people who feel this way. We use this to determine whether or not this is enough percentage to approve the medication or procedure into permanent remedy options.
So, if we were to do a placebo experiment, we would first give half the participants a placebo pill and the other half the actual medication. Secondly, weekly checkups are important in order to see if the participants have felt any differences. Once this process is complete, we would then compile all of the information over a set period of time, such as 2 months. Each answer would then be placed into a category that it relates to, such as large improvement, mediocre improvement, or no improvement. Finally, when that is done, we would then look at the percentages and
then we would see if the medication is beneficial for the participants, or if a very low percentage of the individuals got better, this would make the experiment's results irrelevant or minute. A placebo experiment is a great way to show how qualitative and quantitative research processes are important, but that no one is better than the other.
So, a common question about these types of research methods might be, which is better? And there's no answer to that. The questions would be, which one is more relevant to your study? Are you looking to find out the opinion of the participants and their thoughts or feelings? Or are you looking to figure out whether a company expansion is profitable? Both processes are useful, but they don't always work in every situation.
Yes, using qualitative research on company expansion, for instance, would not be relevant because the company's goal is to make a profit. The focus is not on the thoughts and feelings of an employee or owner about the expansion. It is a factor in the expansion, but is not relevant to the research of profit. So next time you are doing an experiment, first determine which process is more relevant to the answer that you are looking for.
And if anyone questions your decision, send them to this video so they can get a better understanding of qualitative and quantitative research.